You've got an interesting new movie that you produced called Bros. It is the first gay romantic comedy from a major studio featuring a cast that's almost entirely people who are LGBTQ. Let's look at some clips from it.
Okay.
I need you to be honest with me.
You like these broy, meathead idiots.
Oh, look, they're fighting.
You like that?
Hey.
I can be tough like your boys. Oh, that's what you like, huh?
Hey, what's going on?
Oh, that's cool.
How about it?
Happy Pride.
Happy Pride!
Now I have to go to a Pride party and you're both too old to be in the pool. Please leave.
So what is the headline here? That you got funding to make a gay rom-com, or that it took so long to get funding to make a gay rom-com?
Well, it's certainly terrible that there aren't a ton of these and haven't been movies like this over the years. I mean, that is, a sad part of the history of film. There are a lot of underserved communities. Universal Studios, they were game to make it as soon as we pitched it. There was never any resistance to making it, but definitely there should be one of these from the entire history of filmmaking. So we're both happy, but it feels a little weird that it took this long.
And let me ask you why it took this long. Was there concern, is there a concern this movie's gonna play great with a certain demographic, but maybe a general audience won't buy into it?
I think that the industry in general probably looks for the path of least resistance, or they look to do the repeat of things that have succeeded. And so there's not, a tremendous amount of courage to break new ground.
You have been criticized over the years for making jokes using gay slurs or trans slurs, which honestly seemed kind of funny at the time, but in today's world, and maybe even then, to some people, weren't so funny. And then there's this scene I want to show from The 40-Year-Old Virgin. Take a look.
All right.
You know how I know that you're gay? How? You like the movie Made in Manhattan?
You know I know you're gay?
How?
I saw you make a spinach dip in a loaf of sourdough bread once.
You know how I know that you're gay?
How?
You have a rainbow bumper sticker on your car that says, "I love it when balls are in my face."
That's gay?
God damn it.
I'm ripping your head off right now. It's off, and now I'm throwing it at your body.
So I remember watching that in the movie theater and thinking that was a hilarious scene. Maybe one of my favorite scenes for that movie. Would you make that same scene today?
It's a good question. I probably would think about it and try to get a sense from people around me how they felt. Certainly at the time, the intention was to show really immature men that should know better, and it's really more about them than what they're saying. And the culture has changed, where I think part of the audience is saying, we don't want to be goofed on in any way, and there's another part of the audience that thinks everyone should get goofed on. That's part of what our lives are about. And I try to just lead with my heart. I really feel like you could do anything, you could say anything if your heart's in the right place. You just need to take a little time now to really think through your jokes and how they affect people.
I have a theory that these movies are funnier in the first half, when you're setting up the bit, and you're setting up the characters, and you're doing all the stuff.
The Stripes theory.
I didn't know this.
The movie Stripes, a lot of people say fell apart in the second half.
When they go to Germany with the war machine,
the urban assault vehicle.
It's terrible.
Yes.
I'll give you another one. Superbad.
Yes.
I think Superbad, the first half is better than the second half.
I'm learning so much about you and your comedy taste. You don't want the emotional stuff. You don't want the boop, like the love stuff.
No, I just want funny.
You just want hard funny. You know why? Your job is hard. It's stressful. And you don't have time. You have enough emotions in your job. You want the release.
I'm sorry, but our time is up now. Another one of my favorites that you produced is Ron Burgundy. And this is one of my favorite scenes in the movie, which is when, and I was in local TV, when the local anchormen in San Diego have a street fight about control of the city. Here it is.
Now
Now I'll be number one. No, you won't!
Boy, that escalated quickly.
You know, which is a classic scene from that. There's a group of comedians that you've worked with over the years, and Will Ferrell and Ben Stiller and Seth Rogen and Paul Rudd, and they're almost like the Judd Apatow, oh, I said it right again, repertory company. Is part of it that you know they get the joke?
Well, I don't think that they're part of my repertory company. I mean, they're all kind of amazing and have done most of their good stuff without me. But I like them. I mean, it's more like they're people that I'm a fan of them. And I think when you work with people who are great, you just pray you get an opportunity to work with them again. If you work with Will Ferrell, it's the best time of your life. He's so funny and he's a great collaborator, and you just hope that you'll match up again with an idea.
Then there is your personal repertory company.
Yes.
Your lovely wife, Leslie Mann, and your daughters, Maud and Iris, who you've put in a bunch of your movies. And I'm particularly curious, especially about the girls.
Yes.
Do they ever go Hollywood on you?
Do they go Hollywood on me? No,
Yes.
They hate me if I ever do anything that's Hollywood-like. Like if I ever have any confidence in myself, they will take me down so hard. They could not be less impressed.
And how do they take Dad down?
Well, like if someone walked up to me on the street and complimented me and said, "Oh, that movie made me so happy," the second that person walks away, my children will make fun of that person for the next 10 minutes for being so foolish as to think I'm cool in any way.
But they don't ever say, Maud doesn't ever say, "Hey, Dad, this is my scene. Don't cut it," or "I don't like the way that I'm lit in this scene."
No, she hasn't done that. But what has been fun is, they were in, Knocked Up when they were really little, and
This Is 40.
and then This Is 40 and Funny People, and now Maud is on Euphoria, and is really doing amazing work. I just worked with Iris on The Bubble, and I think because they've eased into the business, they've really gotten amazing at what they do, and they've been around creative, funny people for a very long time, and I think without rushing them, they've become really strong at their craft.
Now, I have 6 children, and none of them are in the news business, and part of that is because I've never wanted any of them to be in the news business, because it's changed a bit over the course of the last half century. You don't have that problem about setting your poor kids up to be in entertainment.
Well, I've always just liked it, so there was never a part of me that thought, don't have the fun I'm having. If you can do strong work and get in, to me it seems like a very honorable career choice, and they've worked really hard and have been doing some amazing stuff. So hopefully their careers will continue to blossom.